Beginning, the queen who trusted no one. When I had first learned that Vilara wanted to meet with a human specifically, everyone assumed she had a political motive. Humans were resilient, plain, forgettable, useful for labor or treaties, but unremarkable compared to telekinetic species or those with bioengineered intellect. So why summon me? To her, I was nobody, just a mid-rank commander with good survival stats. But there was something else about the request. She forbade all weapons, escorts, or data shields. And now, as 1,000 Zerati eyes watched me, she stepped down from her throne of prismatic shards and stalked toward me with slow, predatory grace. Her armor was ceremonial and yet terrifying, black crystalline plates that shifted like living creatures, a cape woven from starlight threads, and a crown that curved like the horns of a cosmic beast. When she reached me, she stopped with her face only inches from mine. Her voice softened. "Your armor hides your truth. Zerati see the spirit, not the shell. Yet I cannot read you." Of course she couldn't. My suit contained an emergency neural dampener, a basic Terran feature. It didn't hide emotions, but it blocked psychic scans. Not a weapon, just privacy tech. But the Zerati considered any shielding a declaration of secrecy. Or worse, betrayal. Her soldiers looked ready to spear me if I refused again. Slowly, I reached up and disengaged the magnetic seals. The armor loosened with soft hisses. Vilara's voice sharpened to a whisper. "Good." Piece by piece, I removed the plates, laying them on the polished obsidian floor. With every layer gone, the hall became quieter. I could feel dozens of alien minds brushing at the edges of my consciousness. When only the underlayer remained, a simple armored suit skin, the queen held up a hand. "That is enough. No further." Relief flooded me, until I felt the weight of her stare again. Her eyes widened, and she inhaled sharply. "Your spirit, it burns." The court erupted. "She lies," one general barked. "No human possesses such radiance," another snapped. "It must be a trick." Vilara ignored them all. She circled me like a scientist examining a relic. And then she said the words that shattered the hall into chaos. "Human, why does your aura mirror that of the starborn?" Middle, the truth she never expected. 1,000 voices exploded into furious debate. I stood frozen, unsure what she even meant. My aura what? But Vilara had gone deathly still. "Silence," she commanded, and every Zerati mouth snapped shut. She turned to me slowly, her expression unreadable. "You shine," she whispered. "Not like your kind. Not like mortals. Your inner flame, it resembles ours." Which made no sense. Zerati legend said their ruling bloodline was descended from cosmic entities, beings of living fire, birthed in supernovae. Humans. We were flesh and water. "My queen," an elder protested, "you must not approach him. If he is what I think, the threat may be." Vilara shot her a glare sharp enough to cut stone. Then she grabbed my wrist. The hall gasped as the queen initiated direct contact. A surge of heat shot up my arm, not burning, but resonant. Like something inside me stirred in response to her energy. She watched me with a freezing, predatory intensity. "You feel that, don't you?" she whispered. I did. But I had no idea why. Suddenly she released my wrist like she'd touched a brand. "Human hail, you will come with me." Alone. Protests exploded from every direction. "My queen, that is reckless. He could be a threat. Let us examine him first." "Enough," she roared. In a blur of black light, she dragged me from the throne room through a series of glowing corridors until we reached a chamber sealed with runes. Her private sanctum. The door closed behind us, muting the palace's chaos. She didn't speak at first. She paced. Her hands trembled slightly, something I didn't expect from a warrior who could crush metal with her bare fingers. Finally she faced me. Your aura. I have only sensed anything similar once in my life. Her voice dropped to a whisper thick with grief. In my mother. The last true starborn. I swallowed. You think I'm related to your species? That's impossible. It shouldn't be, she said bitterly. But the universe does not bend to what should be. She touched a panel on the wall. A hologram flickered to life, an image of a tall, radiant Zerati woman surrounded by swirling cosmic fire. My mother died when I was young. Her power faded from the bloodline with her. I have been searching for anyone who shared even a trace of her flame. She turned back to me, her eyes softer now. And then you walked into my hall glowing like a star. I stared at the hologram again. The resemblance was non-existent. But aura, energy signatures, that was outside my understanding. I shook my head. There must be some explanation. Terran physiology can't generate anything like that. Unless, she whispered, you are not purely Terran. That hit me harder than it should have. My father had always avoided talking about my mother. She had died when I was a child, leaving nothing but a pendant, a small, dark crystal that occasionally pulsed with warmth. A crystal that looked eerily similar to the living shards adorning Vilara's armor. I hesitated. Then I pulled the pendant from under my suit. This belonged to my mother. The moment Vilara saw it, her breath caught. She stepped back like I'd drawn a weapon. Where did you get that? Her voice trembled. I told you. My mother left it to me. Why? She reached out slowly, almost reverently. That is a starborn heartstone. Only those blessed or cursed by cosmic flame can carry one without being consumed. A long silence. So, she whispered, you are proof the legends were right. The starborn mated beyond our empire. And their descendants live. The shock hit me like a physical blow. My mother, not human? Or not entirely? I don't know what this means, I murmured. Her expression softened in a way I had never imagined the fierce queen capable of. It means, she said quietly, that you are not my enemy. She drew closer. And you never were. The turn, betrayal in the shadows. Before I could respond, the chamber door blasted open. Zerati soldiers stormed in, led by General Carax, Vilara's most ruthless commander. My queen, stand away from him, Carax snarled. The council has deemed the human a threat. He must be taken for extraction. Extraction? I repeated. Oh yes, Carax sneered. We will find out what he is, one way or another. Vilara stepped between us, her cape flaring like wings. You will not touch him. Carax glared at her. Your judgment is clouded. The Empire comes first. And I said, you will not touch him. Carax lunged toward her. Not me. Her eyes widened. This wasn't a coup against me. It was a coup against the Queen. No. I shouted, grabbing Vilara and pulling her aside as Carax's blade of dark energy sliced through the air where she'd been standing. Her loyal guards lay dead in the hallway. He had planned this. He wanted power, and I was the excuse. Vilara pushed me back. Stay behind me. Not a chance. When Carax charged again, I moved without thinking. Something deep inside me ignited like a dormant star roaring awake. A wave of heat surged from my core down my arms. The heartstone on my pendant pulsed so brightly it hurt to look at. Carax swung. I raised my hands. And the blade met a barrier of shimmering golden fire. His eyes widened. Vilara's breath caught. I felt the energy pouring from me, wild, explosive, barely controlled.